Are you feeling lost and oftentimes wonder, will anyone ever find me in this dark place? I feel you, I see you, I was there until I found Jesus and His grace. Welcome to the If It's Just One podcast. I'm your host, Stashani Atkins. I must admit I don't have it all together, but I believe with a little encouragement we will make it to heaven together. We oftentimes underestimate the power of one, but Jesus left the 99 for one. And so, if this podcast only reaches one person, that's all that matters. This podcast will be focused on encouraging you, my brothers and sisters, to rise above the challenges that prevent us from being who God has called us to be. Stay tuned. We really need each other. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is episode 16 entitled, Do You Still Want It? Have you been trying so hard to achieve something all your life, but it's like every time you take one step forward, you take two steps back. Every time you make progress, there comes something that causes you to be further behind than you were when you made the progress. Today I choose to name this episode, Do You Still Want It? Because after so many failures, after so many disappointments, after so many heartbreaks, it's easy to say, I do not want it anymore. This thing is not for me. I will never achieve it. Maybe I am a fool to believe this is even possible for me. But today I am encouraging you not to give up because you never know when your day will come. So continue showing up, continue doing what you do, continue applying. There's a story in St. John chapter 5 of a man by the pool of Bethesda who was sick for 38 years. And the Bible says at a certain season an angel would go down to trouble the water, and whoever first entered the water after it was troubled would be healed of whatever disease they had. One day Jesus was passing by and saw the man lying there. He knew he was there for a long time, and so he asked him if he still wanted to be healed. And the man responded and said that he had nobody to put him in the pool when it was troubled, and each time he would go, someone would step down before him. And Jesus said to him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. Like this man who was waiting by the pool of Bethesda for 38 years to be healed, many of us might be waiting or hoping to achieve something for many years, and it seems like it will never happen. And like this man, you might have no support, no one to help you achieve what you wish to achieve. Each time you have to watch someone else achieve what you want to achieve. But can I say something to you? You are not hopeless. And like this man who persisted for 38 years, I'm proud of you, because the mere fact that you keep going after what you want shows that you have faith. You believe you can achieve it. So don't give up. Because we serve a God who sits high and He looks low. He sees your struggle, He sees the injustice, and you never know when Jesus will pass by. When I read this story, I wondered why Jesus asked this man who was waiting for his breakthrough for 38 years if he still wanted to be healed. But then I got the revelation that after waiting so long, maybe this man didn't want it anymore. Maybe the thought of being a healed man has left his mind. But this man did not get weary or angry from waiting. But when Jesus asked him, he just revealed the struggles he faced trying to get his breakthrough. And right there and then, his breakthrough came. Maybe the reason why your breakthrough is not coming as yet is because that delay will cause you to encounter Jesus. Sometimes we think the breakthrough is located where we're struggling to get to, or what we're struggling to achieve, or who we're struggling to become. But no, the breakthrough is Jesus, and the delay is for you to encounter Him. Is there anyone listening today who can say, I am grateful for the disappointments and delays because they allowed me to encounter Jesus? And it's so important not to give up in spite of the delays and the disappointment. It's so important not to get angry and bitter during the waiting, Because when you encounter Jesus, this might hinder you from getting your breakthrough because you're so angry and bitter from the lack of support and people stepping before you that when the one with the breakthrough comes, you can't receive it because you do not want it anymore. The man at the pool had every right to not want it anymore because he has been waiting for 38 years, but he still wanted it, and so he took up his bed and walked. But do you still want it? You can receive your breakthrough, but do you still want it? And in your waiting, people may tell you to give up because you will never make it. But if you know you still want it, if you still can't get it out of your head, keep going, keep showing up, keep applying, because as I said before, you never know when Jesus will show up. That man at the pool encountered Jesus because he kept showing up. He was always at the pool. I remembered I was discussing this story with a friend about what made the man still wanted to go to the pool after so many years of disappointment. And she asked, how do you know when to give up or when to keep fighting? And like my friend, you might be asking the same question after so many disappointments. But I told her I believe you know you should keep fighting when you know in yourself you want to give up. But there's something on the inside of you telling you to keep going. I may not be right, but when I read this story, I just think that there was something bigger than this man that kept pushing him to go to the pool. And it was not in vain because one day his breakthrough came. So today I encourage you to still believe in that thing. You will get discouraged at times because, as the Bible says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. But when the desire comes, it is a tree of life. Every time that man saw somebody stepped in before him, it must have pained his heart. But on that day when Jesus told him to take up his bed and walk, and he did it and realized he was healed, one can only imagine the joy he felt. You might be hurting now because you feel like you have been stuck in one place for too long. But when it's your time to walk, joy will replace the pain that is in your heart. Do not worry about the time that has been lost because our God is a redeemer of time. He is able to make the rest of your time the best of your time. I encourage you, my friends, to seek Jesus because he's the one with the breakthrough. Sometimes we're rushing to reach places and achieve things, but all we encounter are delays and disappointments. But remember, God causes all things to work together for our good, as long as we love him and we're called according to his purpose. And so those delays and disappointments are there for us to encounter Jesus because he has already left the 99 to give you your breakthrough. So, if you have a testimony of how you have encountered Jesus, the one with the breakthrough after the delays and disappointments, please feel free to share in the comment section. If this episode has encouraged you, please like and subscribe and share with someone you think it will encourage. See you in the next episode, and remember, we need Jesus and we need each other.